Welcome to Bella Vista High School here in Fair Oaks, California. One more lacrosse broadcast for you here for the 2024 season. And on your picture right now, you see the two teams lined up. This is the 9th annual boys versus girls game. And it is an interesting event that we get set, that we bring you every year when the boys and the girls play. It's a unique thing because the boys have to play by the girls' rules. And it's a little bit of a new thing. You may also notice that the players look a little bit different than maybe what we're used to seeing when we bring you either a boys or a girls game. The girls are wearing pink, and the boys are wearing kind of a white tie-dyed look. So they all went with their own uniforms. The big challenge tonight is going to be the fact that the girls don't have numbers. So we are going to identify them as we go along. And fortunately tonight we have a full crew for you as we get set to bring you this matchup here on YouTube between the boys and the girls. George Tharlson with you, along with David Houseworth. Aaron Keogh will be joining us as well. David and I are in the booth right now. Aaron is doing some last-minute surveillance because he is going to be kind of the star of the show, knowing the boys and the girls, or knowing the girls as well as he does, since his daughter plays on the team. He is going to be the one that kind of helps us identify each of the players. It is we rely so heavily on the numbers. Looking forward one more time, though, from the girls' side, to watching Julia Thomas play as a freshman. Next year when we see her, she'll be a sophomore. 58 goals, David. She has just been absolutely incredible this year.
It runs in the family. So, and we were mentioning earlier as we were talking, the younger sibling is often, keeping up with the older sibling, her older brother Joe on the boys team. So, it's going to be great to watch both teams play against each other. But yeah, she's the younger sibling, often really good.
It is going to be also interesting to watch as we see the two of them go up against each other, because you know that they've had many backyard battles.
Exactly.
Since they've gotten into to playing. So the teams had been meeting up at midfield. They're coming off onto the sidelines, and they are on their respective benches. The girls, when they play at home, they take the bench to our left, and the boys, when they play at home, they take the bench to our right. So they will be very comfortable with the benches that they usually, the positions on the field that they usually have. And so the clock right now is showing that we still have about 9 minutes to go before we get started. Right now you've got to look at the boys team that are warming up. The boys finished off their season last Friday night, and with a disappointing 6-5 loss at Del Oro following a 6-5 JV win. So and both games kind of started the same way, with Del Oro jumping up to a big lead, and then Bella Vista coming back. But unfortunately, in the varsity game, the Broncos, they were not able to pull that one out. The Bella Vista girls, they took care of business against Roseville in their season finale last week. So let us bring you back inside the booth as we are able to introduce our entire crew for you tonight. George Tharlson, Aaron Keogh, and David Houseworth. Aaron, David and I were just talking, so let's bring you into the conversation. The girls team finishing 11-4 this year, a record. The JV team with a record win. Great year for the girls.
Yeah, just absolutely fantastic, and a great turnaround from last year, and just really excited about what they were able to do as a team and how they were able to come together. And we talked a lot during a lot of the games this year about the selfless play, the passing, and not just having it be about one player. And even in doing that, we still saw some outstanding numbers of goals scored by different players. But just really, really happy about the season and really excited about what the future holds for girls lacrosse here at Bella Vista.
And led in scoring by Julia Thomas. Regan Silvers has been injured most of the year. What might have been?
In a couple of those games that were really close, specifically with Christian Brothers, both at Christian Brothers and then on senior night, if you'd have had a healthy Regan Silvers, would that have made a difference? I don't know, because it was very competitive. So, luckily, neither one of those young ladies are going anywhere.
And David, talking about the boys, they finished 9-9 on the year. Obviously, Mateo Polanco, Joe Thomas, among those that are going to be graduating, River Kinley. But we have really seen the emergence of Chase Jones as the goalie for the next couple of years. And of course, Matthew Bunny, the Bunny Dodger, as you call him.
Yeah.
You know, the big three being the Polanco Bronco, the Bunny Dodger, and the Thomas Express.
Right.
See, I picked up on that.
Right.
So, but they've got a lot of good youth coming back as well. Youth meaning that they're not seniors. With Ellsworth, McCasey, and Reed. A lot of these guys that we've been seeing really step up this year.
Yeah, they'll miss those stars, of course. But you're right. Several other guys have been contributing throughout the year, and several. And so, you know, they'll be back. They'll be the leaders. They'll be a year older. They'll have, you know, will they get some summer action under their belt here? They'll have the fall as well. They'll be bigger. They'll be stronger. They'll be faster, more mature. You know, being able to rely on their experience this year. It'll be cool to see what they do.
And the Bronco boys, too, had a number of heartbreaking losses, not the least of which was the most recent one, unfortunately, against Del Oro, but the game at St. Mary's, the game at Christian Brothers, the game at Nevada Union. One of those goes the other way. I was talking with Coach Goldsmith before the game today. They're in the playoffs.
Just one?
Just one,
Wow.
is what he said. It's a one-game difference. They're in the playoffs. And, of course, if they win all four, which they could very easily have done, who knows what could be going on. This game might actually be played next week. So,
Right, yeah.
But that just an indication of a major turnaround for this program in just 1 year.
Well, they'll want to take their lessons from this past year, and you know, chart those, figure out what they were, and work on them. And you know, if they can improve a couple of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, you know, they might very well see a difference next year.
I don't know, guys. Based on what I saw this year, following both teams, next year at this time could be a really exciting time with playoffs possibly for both teams.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, you just with turnover from some of the upper teams on the girls' side, with Davis and St. Francis and Vista del Lago. I don't know offhand how many of those girls are going to graduate, how many girls will be coming up.
That's right.
But we know what Bella Vista has, and that will just continue to get better. So, yeah, I mean, it could be a very exciting time here.
And also think about the youth programs. They see what happened this year with both programs. These are kids in 7th and 8th grade right now that are going to be excited about coming here to play at Bella Vista.
Well, I can tell you from, different sport, but that I'm involved with wrestling. Because of the success at the high school level, the junior high at Andrew Carnegie this year had over 45 kids. They had to turn kids away because there just wasn't room.
That's great.
The 3rd through 6th grade program had 35 kids. The K through 3 program, same thing, because they like seeing winning programs. That's what they want to see. So with lacrosse, you see programs on the upswing. Yeah, you're right. That youth program will just continue to build because they'll say, hey, I want to do that. I want to be out winning on the big field under the lights, right? Everybody wants that.
Everybody wants that. I want to be on the live stream.
That's right.
We're going to keep doing that, by the way. And so keep that in mind. Do want to point out, unfortunately, I don't have a graphic for you, but starting in the fall, look for BV Sports Live on YouTube. It would be youtube.com/BV Sports Live. Everything is going to be over there. Lacrosse, football, basketball, and who knows, maybe we pick up a volleyball game here and there too.
There we go. Sure. It'll be great.
We'll see what the future holds. Right now, you're looking at the girls team. And Aaron, I know you did a little surveillance for us because the girls wearing the pink jerseys but no numbers.
Yeah.
And so we've seen them play. You're a little bit closer to them than I am. So
yeah, that's that reason for my tardiness. I was trying to get some on-field reconnaissance. I did learn that Olivia Silva is not going to be playing tonight. She has a back that's bugging her a little bit, so she won't be there. Elsie Ballard also is not playing, but apparently we're playing with 2 boys goalies tonight. Yeah, that's what I was told.
So
by,
River and Chase.
Apparently,
one of them's going to play for the girls team.
Apparently, that's what Coach Thomas said.
They're both geared up down there, and they're passing with each other. Are they wearing chest protectors at this minute? I'm not sure, but one of them should be.
That's interesting because they could have brought up Story Wharton. We saw what she did.
Yeah, so
in some varsity play this year.
Yeah, and then I also learned that both Regan Silvers and Julia Thomas put their numbers on their arm in paint. So I was appreciative of that.
Okay.
We'll squint.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I got my binoculars, and I would imagine that the players, for the girls players that typically wear helmets, may be wearing. I see one right there.
That's Regan.
That's Regan.
Yeah.
Okay. So she'll be easy to spot.
Yeah, she's done everything to help us. She's got her number on her side. She's got a helmet on, and for any of the girls that have their hair done special for tonight, that also is a good, like Chloe Yanez, number 10.
Did I notice that Sadie did a little something with her?
She's in pigtails there, yeah.
Is that her with the blue goggles?
Yeah, and
okay.
the blue shoes. That's her. So.
Okay, she'll be okay. So she's got the shoe game going
got
tonight.
The shoe
okay,
game.
so she's been listening.
That's right.
She's
been
been
listening to the
listening.
broadcast, and she knows that you like shoes, so she's got her shoes on. Yeah.
Okay, well we'll call that out tonight. Okay, so that's some of the things that we're going to have to pinpoint here for you tonight, and we're going to do our best to call out the players, and with Aaron's help, we'll be able to identify them. Just a note to the girls team, as you if you have the chance, the opportunity to watch this broadcast later next year, pink jerseys look great. Please put numbers on them, please.
Just add a number like the boys.
I love what the boys did. They went kind of a tie-dyed thing. They had a meeting yesterday, and they did all the dyeing of the shirts and putting the numbers and just kind of their theme. You are going to notice, if you look closely, there are 4 players that have IHOP on the back of their jersey, and that's kind of a fun story from one of those heartbreaking losses that Bella Vista had, the trip to Stockton and St. Mary's, where they lost that one in the last minute. That was also the one that featured the 3 goals by Leo Flynn within 55 seconds of each other to go from a 4-1 Bella Vista lead to a 4-4 score at halftime. After the game, when they do those bus trips, they often stop at In-N-Out, and so the whole team stopped at In-N-Out. And my wife and I are actually across the way at another restaurant that's actually not far from In-N-Out, which was not IHOP. We were over at The Habit. That's what it was. Getting free plugs for all these restaurants. But there were 4 players, Nicholas Tharlson included, that decided that it might be kind of fun, as they were just kind of hanging out and eating their burgers at In-N-Out, to order up pancakes and go get pancakes at IHOP. It wasn't that far, but they had to cross like 4 lanes of traffic to do that. And so they do that. They quickly get over there, get their pancakes, and I guess they bring them back so that they don't miss the bus, obviously, and don't hold up the bus. So that's what the IHOP theme is. You will see the players. Miles Hatfield is one of them, and I believe it was both Simpsons that were there.
Now, I thought you were going to tell us it was a secret society or something.
Well, it can't be a secret society if they're putting it on their jerseys.
Well, now, University of Virginia, you go around the campus, and there's the secret society symbols around the university, but you don't know who's in it or who has been in it.
Yeah, exactly.
What luminaries of the country have been in the secret society.
But these luminaries out on the field
and doesn't Cal have
are telling us who they are,
so.
who is in the IHOP club.
Who's in the IHOP club?
So, by the way, In-N-Out and Habit and IHOP, you are welcome to contact us about potential advertising on our live streams in the future.
That's right.
Our next live stream, by the way, is going to be in August when we begin the football season.
Yeah.
And looking forward to that. A new league for, maybe the same names.
Same
but
league, just different teams.
Different teams, and some same teams like Intercom. So.
Yeah, Intercom and Wood Creek both will remain. The new league schools starting the new school year. There's still 7 schools, still the Capital Valley Conference. You have Bella Vista, Wood Creek, and Intercom, which are familiar. Vista del Lago, Ponderosa, Christian Brothers, Rio Americano.
Wow, okay.
So, definitely will provide a challenge in many sports. Those are some really good schools. But I think also kind of they do this every so many years to try to kind of even things out, and even if there's some things I don't agree with, like Intercom still being in our league, but I don't make the rules. I didn't get a vote.
We will carry through that, and then the basketball season will be in the winter, and then we'll be back here for a 3rd season of lacrosse. I'm looking forward to that next year. Obviously, lots of names. I won't have a kid playing on the team, but it'll still be fun to be part of this and to be still following the progress of this team and seeing how the team develops. And I know you, Aaron, you've got a long way to go with the program because
Oh.
you've got a couple of younger ones that
I
are
got two
playing
younger
football.
ones too. Yeah, and they both have expressed interest in lacrosse, so
Oh,
we might be
cool.
playing boys lacrosse at some point. I
There's a
don't
lot
know.
of smelly gear in the house.
Well, they play football right now, so we've got the smelly gear. But
Well, I think lacrosse is worse.
is it okay? Well, my wife will be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
She's actually watching the live stream tonight, so she'll be happy to know. it's
Keep the
still
windows
sticky.
down when you take a few of them home after a game or after
Okay.
practice.
Yeah.
Good advice.
The gloves and stuff is just sweating in those. It's,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the players tonight was saying that his strategy was to wear. He was asking if he could wear gloves. So I guess the girls don't wear gloves.
Yeah, they
Correct.
don't wear gloves.
But the boys, if they don't wear the gloves, it's a different feel to the stick. So they'll be wearing the gloves. And he says, "Well, that's my strategy, then." To wear those gloves. And they started joking with him about how the aroma of his particular gloves.
Sure.
So
Well,
So-
you get a lot of aroma when you're playing this game because you're body to body
Sure.
in many cases, and so it's intimate.
Yeah,
is
sure.
it? And
It's a way to describe it. Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I recall that quite a bit. Check the warm-ups here. We got the boys
Yeah.
and the girls
I
doing
was
line
just
drills
about to
together.
say the same thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at this because normally you wouldn't see this with the teams intermingling with each other
This is like-
to do the warm-ups, but that's what you've got going on since they all go to the same school.
Now, something unique tonight. Here's what they have switch sticks. We know, right? The boys are using the girls' sticks. The girls are using the boys' sticks.
Are they?
So
Yep.
So neither. That's one of the evening agents. One of the 11ing agents. One of the. There's a better term for it. So the boys, neither one of them are used to using that stick. The girls' stick is a flat pocket. It's like a ping pong paddle.
Sure.
So the guys aren't used to cradling that. So we're going to see when the boys pass, the pass will go high.
Okay.
They'll drop a lot of passes.
Sure.
It'll be hard for them to catch on the move, and cradling too will be really hard.
Okay.
And then on the girls' side, we may see they've been warming up for a bit and they've been doing okay, but we may see the girls throw their passes down toward the ground
Oh, because
because the pocket.
Oh, okay.
The pocket has some
It's
grip.
deeper.
It's deeper, and so the release point will get different.
Oh, I
And
see
if
what
they're-
you're saying.
So if they're used to releasing it one place, it's depending, especially if a guy has a whip stick, if he likes a deeper. Well, you can't have a deeper pocket, but if he likes the grip lower than the top of the head,
Sure.
if he likes the grip down lower, it's going to throw the ball down. So that's one of the things that will, hilarity will ensue.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
One other final thing too: when a guy winds up to shoot, he's used to winding up and the ball staying in the stick. But when he lays it back like that on a girl's stick, it's coming out
It's
the back.
coming out the back.
So we're going to see that too.
Yeah, my son was talking about that last night. He said that he was talking with one of his teammates about how to shoot with the girl stick. And it isn't that wind-up that we're so used to seeing because, we see Polanco do that step and go in midair.
lay
and-
it behind you.
Yeah, you gotta just kind of flick it forward.
Yeah.
So,
So again, hilarity will ensue in both cases, and again, especially for the guys on the move.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
standing still, you can account for it. You know what you're doing. You know what you're catching. But on the move and the unconscious, when the unconscious comes in, and they're going to try and do moves.
Sure.
Right. They're going to try and do that, or sprint with the ball. And cradling and sprinting, it's not the same.
Not
so
the same, yeah.
it's what part of what makes this fun.
a couple of notes I also want to point out before we get the game underway. You may have seen number 32 for the boys team. That is Ace Elliott, who was on the JV team this year. He's the only JV player that was brought up for this game. Didn't play a lot during the regular season. This is an opportunity for him to get out on the field. So he is joining the team tonight. And then if you watch the video or were at the game last Friday, you know that in the first 30 seconds, Rylan Wilson took a major hit and had to sit out the rest of the game and was evaluated for a concussion. Turns out he's okay. We talked to him before the game. Turns out he's okay. He is suited up. I know that the coach was asking him if he was going to play. Rylan wants to play, so we'll see if he's able to get in. But he says that he is feeling fine. So wanted to pass along that update just in case you haven't had a chance to hear. But that was a monster hit. I don't know if either one of you had a chance to see the video.
I missed
yet.
that. I saw some of the game, but I missed that.
Yeah, it was right off the face-off, and it was one of those where the entire stadium as that gasp.
Oof.
And he was on the ground for a little bit, but he got up and left on his own power.
Good.
So
That's
that
right.
was good.
You
And
say he's suited up tonight. That's a relative term, right?
yeah.
for tonight.
For tonight.
For
yeah,
tonight.
that's right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Grady's okay.
Number 45, you might not be able to see it very well. He had to kind of reinforce the number. You could barely see it on his original version. The boys, they do have their names or some kind of message on the back of their jerseys. Brandon Tebow has the most interesting jersey for Bella Vista. It looks like he's got like hanging strips at the end. He's also got some headgear going on, and I'm not talking about a helmet. You get a good look here as we zoom in. Not the best look, but that's him right there, with all the strings hanging off the jersey, and his number on the back is an 8 with a circle around it, so it's like the 8 ball.
The 8 ball. Okay.
He's the Surrey with the fringe on top.
There we go. Yeah.
And of course, the boys, normally Brandon's one of them, have the back line with the long sticks. They're not using the long sticks tonight. We are playing under the girls' rules, and it is going to be 2 halves of about 20 minutes,
20
I believe,
minutes,
is
yeah.
what we're looking at here.
Running clock.
And a running clock. So the clock would only stop on timeouts, and I believe it stops after goals, doesn't it?
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Hackman, I don't even know if it's going to stop after goals tonight. We'll see, but
Hope it does. I mean, we don't need to cut it short.
yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah,
enjoy
I mean,
the time. Yeah,
let's enjoy what we've got going on here.
Girls' rules is right. I mean, the goals are on the 5-yard line. You know, in the boys' game, the goals are supposed to be on the 10-yard line.
Oh, okay.
And so the end line in the boys' rules should be halfway deep in the football end zone.
Oh,
So the boys are playing with the girls' layout.
yeah.
That's true here at BV. It's true at some other schools in the area,
Okay.
Yeah.
but not all the schools in the area. For example, Jesuit,
Yeah.
who doesn't have a girls' team, has
They
the
don't
boys,
have girls.
has the boys' goals in the right place.
Okay.
And a few other schools, I think St. Mary's had them in the right place,
Okay.
but I noticed Vista does not, and some others. So how that is, why are the goals in the wrong place? Why is the field too long?
Well, there's so many markings on the field for field hockey and for soccer. The blue lines are for lacrosse, and you may notice when you look at the goal, there is a circle around the goal as well as the fan that comes out. And that circle, that's the boys' crease, right?
No, that's the girls' crease as well, correct?
Okay.
It's the girls' crease too. So the boys' crease should, again, the face of the goal should be on the 10. All we need is one more blue circle at each end.
At each end, right. Okay.
And again, the goals are supposed to be 80 yards apart. They're 90 yards apart.
They're 90 yards apart.
The
there,
field is supposed to be 110. It's 120 here. So, I mean, it's not the case when you come play basketball at Bella Vista. The hoops aren't at 10-6.
Sure.
Right? The tennis nets are not at 4 feet.
Right.
So, how this happened, I don't know. Does it matter that much? No. But, I mean, the distance from the box to the goal is different. The distance of the whole field, the distance of one fast break is different.
Sure.
Does it matter that much? I don't know. But
But
it
it
should
does
be,
matter.
It should be right.
Amen. It
You
should
know,
be correct.
When you come play football here, first down's not 11 yards.
That's right.
Right.
It's 10. It's 10 everywhere. And so I don't know.
But in Canada, they only have 3 downs.
You're right. And a deeper end zone.
That's right.
And a deeper end zone, yes.
And they can move before the snap.
That's right. That you can be moving forward before the snap. You're right.
Crazy Canucks.
Okay. So we got a sword fight going on at midfield right now between 2 of the boys.
Very serious night here.
Yeah. It's
Obviously, yes. So, and as the guys mentioned, we have 2 goalies. Both the boys' goalies are going to be playing tonight.
who's goalkeeping for the girls?
River.
River.
Is it going to be
Okay,
River?
okay.
So that's him, number 1. That is.
Oh, no, he's
down-
on. Yeah, he's against the boys' attack.
Yeah. So
And he's in the girls' huddle.
So
Oh,
I
that's
wonder
fun.
now is that how they're going to do it the whole game, or are they maybe going to switch them at halftime?
Or are the girls just missing their goalie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're-
she's not. Yeah, but I didn't get a good answer from why she's not here. I just got she's not here. We're using both boys' goals.
Yeah, usually what happens in a game like this is the boys shoot against the boys' goalie, the girls shoot against the girls' goalie. You can't have the boys shooting on the girls' goalie.
That makes
Well, we
sense.
did last year.
You shouldn't.
No, Elsie Ballard took the brunt of the stuff from Matteo
yeah.
Polanco and Carlo
Yeah.
Gamboni last year.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, that's
So typically, you have the boys shoot on the boys' goalie, the girls shoot, and
That's a good idea.
for safety. Yeah. So this will be normal for River.
sure.
And then playing. Typically, the girls would be shooting on their goalie, but whatever. Goalie's a goalie.
yeah,
See what happens.
they've been nimble and adjusted, I guess. But We finally ready to go here? We're
Looks like we are ready to go.
12, 13 minutes
And
later.
standing at midfield, Jackson Ellsworth. And I believe that's Paige Hackman, right?
Yep, that's Paige.
Again, we just don't have the numbers, and I will get to the point probably by the end of next year where I can identify them by sight. But right now I'm still relying on jersey numbers. So
Now the boys' passes we mentioned could easily be high.
Sure.
And we have the sun in the eyes of people receiving the ball on the far side. And the passes will be high. So
Okay.
we may see that be a consistent issue. But the passes will come slowly off the girls' stick that they're not used to. So we'll see what happens.
all right, we are ready to get this underway. Last minute preparations and players coming off the field. We see clusters of players in different parts. Chase Jones is coming off the field to, I guess, switch up some gear. I'll get the gloves, I guess.
Now, it's easier to play without gloves.
Sure.
You just have a little better grip. It's not what they're used to. They should almost never do that because you need to be used to playing with gloves. But nonetheless, on a night when you don't need them, go without them.
Yeah, go without them.
So Chase Jones will staff the boys' goal. And that's Nick Meeks, number 6, getting a call along with Hayes Reed. And jogging out onto the field right now, that's Rylan Wilson. So good to see him. And his number is a little bit more pronounced on that jersey.
So now the boys are on the boys' attack side here over on the left side. There's 3 attackmen, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Are there 5 girls? No. Are there 5 girls?
Well, a couple of those girls.
Oh, I'm
should
sorry,
be up.
girls' rules. There's 4 boys on the left side and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls. Is that how it is?
There should be one girl should be up between the 30s here.
Okay.
On each side. I think she's just not there yet.
Okay, so she will. So
She'll move, yeah.
down on the again, I don't know the girls' rules. Down on the left side, it'll be 4-on-4.
4-on-4. Should
And 2 pairs on the circle.
be. One pair in the middle for the draw, and
Right.
then there should be a pair on either side.
Okay.
So,
And then
all right.
and then 4-on-4 on the
4-on-4.
right side.
Yep.
So up front, Matthew Bunny, Mateo Polanco,
There's 8.
and
9,
then
10,
both
11,
Simpsons.
11.
Yeah, 11.
11 girls. Okay.
Yeah.
So both
Plus the
Simpsons
goalie.
are
Plus the
up
goal.
there.
Yeah, so 12 total.
12.
Yeah.
Boys are used to 10.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 3, and 3.
Oh,
and
they
the goalie.
So they play with 11.
No,
Oh,
3 attack, 3 middies, 3 defense,
okay.
and the goalie.
And the goalie.
10. It's 10 on 10.
Oh, yeah, we have 12.
Yeah.
Like having an
Okay.
educational lacrosse day. This is great.
So if we're playing by girls, that means more boys are going to be on the
Sure,
field.
at a time.
Yep.
But we'll be crowded then for the boys' offense.
Oh, yeah, because they'll be on
They're
top
used to
of each
6.
other.
They're used to
Yeah.
playing 6-on-6 on the half court.
Yep.
And so now there'll be, I don't even know. I can't do the math.
20. Well, it'll be 22 plus the 2 goalies. 24 out there, but yeah.
So this is going to be pretty crazy tonight. We've got a team that doesn't have numbers on their jerseys. We've got another team that is going to be playing more players than they're used to. Teams have switched sticks.
And there's a man bun.
There is
well,
a man
yes,
bun,
there's
yeah. Brandon Tebow, yeah.
plenty of that going on. Yeah, Brandon Tebow. And then the boys are supplying both goalies. So River Kinley will staff the girls' net, and Chase Jones, the boys' net. Jones is on our right. Kinley is on our left. And we are just about ready to get underway. 20 minutes on the clock. 2 halves tonight. It's the boys versus the girls, 9th annual boys versus girls game. I believe the girls have won 7 in a row. I think that's what I've heard.
They won last year. I know that.
I know that. It's they've got a bit of a winning streak going. That tells me the boys have won in this contest at least once.
Difficult for the guys to operate the girls' stick.
Yeah.
Completely. And again, they're shooting on their own goalie, too. So they got a stick they're not used to against a goalie that's ready for it.
Right.
And they're probably shooting slower. Who's our ref here?
So that's the JV girls coach,
Okay,
Ashton
good.
Matson. And I
Former
thought
Bella Vista Bronco.
Yeah, and then I don't know who this is down here.
Oh,
though.
another ref? Okay, 2.
Yeah, but I don't. Sorry to whoever you
And the
are.
high tops?
Yeah,
It could be maybe a recently graduated senior.
that's what I'm thinking. Must be. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out.
All right, so here's the draw between Ellsworth and Hackman. It's the girls' draw. Usually that ball goes much higher, and immediately Julia Thomas is trying to wreak havoc, but Jackson Ellsworth picks it up. Here come the boys
Drop
on the
pass.
move.
Drop pass.
Already.
And yeah, and
Missed
we're
ground ball.
going to see that. We're going to see that a lot.
And then
That
he fell
ball
down.
is still loose, and the boys come up with it. Back behind the net. They got to work on their passes.
So the girls are used to playing defense in this kind of arrangement. This
There's
many
Polanco.
this many offensive players.
Yep.
The boys are,
Polanco, he's holding the stick differently because he has to, but he's looking for his shot. He scores!
he gets put on the ground.
But you know what? He scored.
That's
So how
good.
about
They're
that?
being-
We started off by saying a goal by Mateo Polanco. Where have I heard that before?
Oh, and he has to put his stick down, right?
Oh, there he comes.
Now, here's one other thing for the goalies. They're not used to this kind of shooting motion.
Oh, yeah, the boys would not be right.
Yeah. So, one subtle difference.
Yep.
Answer to our question, the clock is continuing to run. That goal was at about 19 minutes.
Okay.
So the boys take the early lead.
Well, David, you called it. Hilarity has ensued
You're
already
right,
with
yeah.
the balls. I'm like, what is going on? This is the boys lacrosse team? What's going on here?
Now Tebow's going to take the draw. Tebow took the faceoffs a lot last year for Bella Vista.
Yeah, I've seen these games before. Years and years ago, I coached high school summer all-stars before Advance and before Aces were here. We took that team to the tournament in Vail, Colorado.
Uh-huh.
The organizers of the Sacramento team contacted the Baltimore girls team and connected the two teams for the week that we were there.
Uh-huh.
And so the boys and the girls, they'd
Here's Hackman.
go to each other's games, and they had a game against each other as well.
Ah,
All right, Aaron, you're going to have to help me out here.
so that's Chloe. Well,
That's Chloe Yanez that had a little
Julia.
trouble there.
Thomas.
Julia Thomas, and that's kicked out by Chase Jones. Or as I like to say, Chase Jones once again.
Girls ground ball.
And they're working it behind the net.
that's
A
Julia.
little intimidation going on.
Thomas. Oh, yeah, brother versus sister. Thomas tries to get free. Julia in on goal. Julia's right out in front. Closed off there. They spin it back behind.
That's Danny Janeway.
Janeway.
Janeway, yeah.
Now
Whistle for something.
The boys will be quicker on defense. They'll just be quicker movers.
Sure.
They'll be able to, they just are.
Yeah.
And so what we saw was just Thomas was driving right there and looking for a spot, and walled off by two boys. So now everybody outside the arc, and she drives, feed,
And the pass is coming wide.
hustle. Need a
Should
whistle.
Be the boys. Yeah.
Is there a whistle when it goes out of bounds?
Should be. That might be just difference in the officiating tonight.
Ellsworth.
Yeah, there should be, though.
Ellsworth. A lot of times they're not going to go through those double teams like we see them do. Loose ball. Boys pick it up. That's Bunny. Easy to spot Bunny with that big number 2 on the back of his jersey. But they hold the stick differently, and they have to think about it. Right out in front, there's a shot that goes wide. I think that might have been Morris that took that
yeah.
shot.
Substitutions for the boys already.
See Hatfield coming on. Thomas
See?
has trouble.
Uh-huh.
Cradle
Able
is-
to get it back.
Cradle is hard.
Yep.
And it looks
Yeah,
like his
keep it.
sister has drawn the defensive assignment on her brother. River Kinley winds up with that one. Again, he is staffing the goal for the girls' team. Elsie Ballard not available tonight. Broncos on the move.
Well, that'll be true each way.
Yes.
Yep.
So that
Passes
that
high,
was
like you
that
said.
that was a force of habit line on my
Right,
part.
right. Uh-huh.
Oh, we just threw the ball in there from Coach Hackman.
Well, I guess that we kind of relaxed the rules a little bit.
This is like arena soccer where we just, kicks up against the wall and there's no out of bounds. You just
Tyler
keep playing.
Simpson with a little trouble. He's got a big Bart Simpson on the front of his jersey. And, of course, the black and red face paint as well. So Kyler will be easy to spot.
Don't have a cow, man.
Exactly. Okay.
That's Hackman with it.
Good control. See
Oh, now she looks to go.
Let's switch
and
hands.
She's got the whistle, so it looks like she's going to get an opportunity from the 8-meter line.
And what would have caused that?
Well, it could have been an illegal check, but it was a little hard to see.
Okay.
But that's probably what it was.
She
Illegal
switched
check.
hands and drove in. She switched right to left and drove in. And
Probably took a check, yeah.
it's natural for a boy to do that.
Yep.
Again, Ashton Matson, the JV coach, is our lead referee tonight. And Hackman is standing back at the 12-meter line.
So probably not a shot here, more probably a pass coming up.
And you can pass, move, or shoot. And She's gonna pass it off. I see some bright red shoes. Aaron, who's that?
That's Janeway.
Okay.
Nice feed.
In front, there's a shot, and that one is deflected wide. And I believe
Kate Hooper.
that's
with the
Kate
shot.
Hooper.
Yep.
Yes.
Shoot that straight over, and it goes in.
Goes in. That's right. Yeah.
I'm waiting to call a Kate Hooper goal. I've known Kate for a long time.
Caught her winning there, too.
Fun story about her mom. We'll get to it in just a second. This is Hooper, and it gets the whistle.
That was a shot. Just about to be a shot, too.
Uh-huh.
Kate's mom, Deanna, is the kindergarten teacher at St. John Vianney School in Rancho Cordova. Joe Thomas and my son Nicholas are former students of hers.
Oh, neat.
So,
It's just not that big a town.
as is Julia Thomas, and of course Kate Hooper, who is going to get this shot from the 8-meter line.
Put it on the ground. Now, she's not used to shooting with a boy's stick. Let's see what happens.
There's the shot.
There it is.
Score! Kate Hooper!
You called it on the ground.
Bottom right corner.
Uh-huh.
So
And that evens it up.
we've talked about shot placement in the
Yep.
boys' games. You know, the goalie's standing there with his stick up near his head. Where's the farthest away from the stick that it can be?
On the ground.
On the ground, bottom corner.
Yep.
And so great placement.
So we are knotted at a goal apiece here in the 9th annual boys versus girls game here at Bella Vista High School. And very entertaining so far, guys.
Very entertaining.
And you know what? We're 7 minutes in with the running clock, and there's been a lot of action so far. I'm,
well worth the price of admission.
Yeah,
Well-
right. Be worth it at twice the price, wouldn't it?
It would be. That's right. That's a good point. Kate's taking it for the girls, Hooper, because Paige Hackman's out right now. The girls made some substitutions.
And that is Jackson Ellsworth that took it for the boys. Girls come up with it. That's Sadie, isn't it? No, that's not Sadie.
Chloe Yanez.
Yanez.
Yep, Yanez with
Look
it.
at how
There's
fleet,
Yanez.
look at how fleet she is.
Right side. That one's deflected away. Joe Thomas tries to pick it up.
Look at the speed. Boys
Regan
are faster.
Silvers.
Yep.
That's Regan in there, right? With the blue helmet? Or is that someone else?
Well, now I'm confused because I thought her helmet was white.
But is that her?
No, I don't think that's her.
It's a white helmet on the
Okay.
sideline.
Yeah, Regan's over here. She's
Okay,
on the
so
sideline. Yeah.
so
That is. Oh, that's Eliza.
oh, she's playing in the game.
Yeah, Eliza Fisher. That's her.
Eliza Fisher. So she's a JV player that's got an opportunity to play here tonight as well. Oh,
the
that
pipe.
one off the pipe. My goodness. Here go the boys back the other way.
So look at the girls matched up on the boys on the offense.
Yeah.
Oh, here, and the block is
On the
open.
move and from behind. That was great defense. Blue mask and an orange hair tie.
Switch hands.
Aaron?
Yeah. That is.
Stick checks.
Oh, that is Cassie Davila
Okay.
that had it. There's Regan
Now
out
it looks
there
like
now.
Regan in there trying to come up with the ball.
Unsuccessful, though. The boys have it.
2-on-1.
It's like Hatfield. He'll take a shot. That one skies on him.
Too high. At speed, the girl stick, at speed, not used to using it, and the same throwing motion, it's going to go high because there's no pocket in the stick.
Okay. And he got excited about scoring.
Yes, of
And
course.
it was a shot, so the boys control. This is Cody Simpson,
You got to tell you what you got to do is
one of the IHOP guys, by
got
the way.
to emphasize your lead elbow.
Oh, okay.
Polanco will track that one down.
Nobody knows that.
Rylan Wilson is out front, something he's not used to. Polanco out front, shot, save, River Kinley.
Oh, that might have been off the pipe too.
It could have been.
It was a good shot though, right?
Massive humanity there. Hard to see if it went off the pipe or went off River Kinley. So as far as I'm concerned, it's Kinley's save.
That's Chloe with it again.
Here's Chloe Yanez. She's got orange and blue shoes.
She was not intimidated by that guy covering her though, right?
No.
He had her tight and he's got ahead of her, but she didn't really care.
Which is good. That's what you want.
Yes. She's confident in her ability.
Yeah.
Jack McCasey with a very nondescript jersey. And this is Nico Posing.
A little bit laboring to cradle. See where this goes.
Posing scored in our very first live stream.
And he lost it.
Now the last of his career. We'll see if maybe he might get a goal tonight as well. This is Victorin.
Lefty.
Cody Simpson
Drop pass.
scored a goal against St. Mary's, his only goal of the year. And it looks like he's going to get an opportunity here.
Yep. Bad check there. It's going to be an 8-meter shot. Or 8-meter attempt, rather. Except they're moving
they're moving like it's going over to the girls.
Yeah.
So that's a turnover then. Girls take control. Looks like the gal on the hash mark. Is that right? The 20-yard line hash mark?
She's got it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened there. But
Deflected pass and a turnover. Hatfield has trouble, obviously. Tharlson trying to scoop it up as well. Who gets it? Well,
that, I think, is Autumn Shannon. Let's see.
Shannon with the blue glasses, the blue goggles, and the black shoes.
Yeah, that's Autumn Shannon.
And Joe Thomas doing jumping jacks in front of her.
Switched hands.
As was Victorin. Shannon still on the move. And she'll draw a shot.
Shooting space.
So what happened there?
If you're within because I don't wear helmets, if you're within what they call shooting space, potentially dangerous, basically.
So when the offense player has their stick up to shoot,
if they have, if a defender comes up and puts their stick in that, it's like an imaginary dome. That's a foul.
So Autumn Shannon will get the opportunity.
And that inner line, 8-meter.
Yeah.
Right? And she blow the whistle and she goes from there.
Yep.
She goes, and the boys converge on her, so she doesn't have to shoot it. And so she brings it back out.
Now that stick check there. Yeah, nope,
Yep.
That's not okay, right?
No.
Yeah.
But that's the quickness that you're talking about with the boys converging. Normally in a girls' game, if you're at the 8-meter line, that's a shot every time. The 12-meter, no, but at the 8-meter, that's going to be a shot. But the boys were so much quicker to get in front. Like, whoa, I can't do anything here.
And taking the shot, Aaron?
That is Mallory Fitzhugh.
Fitzhugh, she's closed off.
Took me a second, sorry.
Yanez.
Look at the stick handling there.
Yeah.
And that one goes wide. Well, Chloe Yanez is going to be playing at the next level.
She is. Yep.
We'll talk about that in just a second. Right now, the ball is loose right out in front of the goal mouth.
Yes,
Regan Silver picks it up. Save Chase Jones.
Good shot. So it was very tight in there, right? And she just handled the ball and didn't care.
Back over to Mallory.
Fitzhugh.
Yep, Fitzhugh.
Here's Silvers. And she winds up on the ground.
That was of her own accord, though. She just tripped up in her own feet there.
There was a
But they've stopped play.
half-hearted whistle there.
Yeah.
Move the
gonna
baby around just once.
It's going to go to the boys.
Yeah. She got overzealous there. Just got tripped up in her own feet.
Can't cradle.
Yep.
Liza Fisher with it.
Here's
She's looking
Fisher.
inside. She's looking inside.
Pass is deflected. And again, Feeney having a little trouble with it. Regan Silvers picks it up. She's right out in front,
Nice
bounces the shot, and that's going to bounce and go out of bounds. And I think the girls had position, so they'll keep possession of it here. 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Julia.
Thomas, 58 goals to lead the section. Not just the league, but the entire section. Thomas weaving her way in front.
Nice
Thomas,
shot.
underhanded shot. That one goes wide. Fitzhugh has it. Loose ball. There's a floating pass, comes over to the right side. Fisher's pass deflected. Still a battle on the ground for it. Fisher picks it back up. Victorin with the defense. Eliza Fisher, she's trying to get around like she likes to do. And the ball trickles right over into the stick of Regan Silvers. And I think we've got a crease violation.
She posted right up there on GLE, huh?
Yep.
Boys do control eventually. Oh, they do say it went out of bounds. Julia Thomas to bring it in.
Feet inside.
Hackman.
Nice face dodge. Left-handed shot.
If I am not mistaken. I was not mistaken, was I, Aaron?
No, you're right. You're a pro already, George. It's like you've done this before or something.
Eliza Fisher will go pick it up and bring it in. 4.5 to go. All even at 1. The boys haven't had an offensive setup in a while. Girls kind of controlling possession lately.
She could take that.
Yeah.
Silver's on
There,
Tharlson.
yes.
There's the shot, and that goes wide.
See how sharp that shot was?
Well,
Nice.
she's very good.
She's anxious to get back out there.
Julia Thomas picks it up.
Switch hands.
Nicholas Meeks with the defense.
She doesn't care.
Thomas.
Puts 2 on the ground.
Meeks collides with Joe Thomas. Julia tries the shot. McCasey trying to control it. He does.
Let's get that
And he
picture.
has to hold it out like it's a spoon or something
Let's get that picture in the yearbook.
Uh-huh.
Two boys on the ground
after they ran into each other.
from a freshman.
That's right.
Bunny. The Bunny Dodger. Circles right back in front. Tried to find somebody in the open
That was
right in
Polanco.
front of, looking for Polanco, as he's done many times over the last 3 years for Bunny. Broncos control that. It's like
good
Cody
stick check.
Simpson. Boys have it. Here's Bunny once again. Passes it over. There's Polanco. Polanco gets by. Polanco, he scores again.
Drops the stick like you're supposed to, right? I guess they were probably instructed to do that out at the
They
beginning.
must have been instructed to do that, yeah.
Polanco made a move that forced his defender to kind of lose her balance.
Yep.
And so he had a free opening, taking it to the hoop, or the hoop. I'm thinking basketball already.
Same thing.
Yeah.
The goal,
It's netting. You put a ball in it. It's all kind of the same.
something like that, yes. Well, needless, we thought hilarity would ensue. We're doing our best.
You're right. Yeah.
Well, okay, so speaking with hilarity, I think I now have mistaken Mallory Fitzhugh for Marilyn Morgan.
Okay.
So
the tall one.
well,
is-
because I think I just saw Mallory Fitzhugh come out, but that's not who I told you was Mallory Fitzhugh earlier. So
okay.
we're going to have to – I got to do some digging there.
Tebow and Hackman at the draw. And I'm guessing on Hackman because Tebow's shielding her out.
Thomas against Thomas on the circle. Is that right?
Yep.
Loose ball.
They were jockeying for position. Now,
Yanez.
do the girls have the release rule also? No, they can't cross that restraining line until
Correct.
there's
somebody-
possession.
Yep, exactly.
Look at that drive. She doesn't care. There's a left-handed shot. Yes, sir.
And a score.
That's Chloe.
Chloe Yanez.
Listen to the crowd.
And we've actually got a decent little crowd here tonight.
Yeah. I'm surprised the band isn't here. What's up with that?
2 home teams will draw the crowd. But, yeah, she was right-handed, crossed over left,
Yeah.
covered pretty well, didn't care, put the ball on the ground, beat the goalie. You got to love it.
Chloe Yanez, by the way, 14 goals this year and 20 ground balls on the season as well. She's headed to Marion University in Wisconsin to play lacrosse and field hockey on a scholarship.
Very cool. So when California kids go to the upper Midwest
Yeah.
to go to college, what do they learn? How flippin' cold
Of course.
the winter is.
Yeah, she's
Well, especially in
and the
Wisconsin.
start of the season for her for lacrosse. Here's Kate Hooper picking that one up. She's got a goal tonight. Hooper on Tharlson. Couple of former St. John Vianney Tigers. There's a shot,
shot.
and
Let
a
go.
score by Paige Hackman.
Bottom right corner.
Yep.
The girls with their first lead of the game.
BB14 sent 2 guys to Division III in St. Louis. Rockhurst, I think it was.
Okay.
And they learned something when they went to St. Louis in the winter.
Yes.
The winter is longer. Winter is much colder.
Uh-huh.
Just want to point out the clock is winding down here. We're under 10 seconds. They may not even get this draw off. I think they're just going to let this one roll to halftime. And Paige Hackman's goal with about 30 seconds to go in the first half has given the ladies their first lead of the game as we have reached halftime here at Bella Vista High School. It's the boys versus girls, and just so you don't look like you're in the back of the room here.
I don't mind being
As
in the
we
back.
get
It's
ready
fine.
to come on camera here, George Tharlson, Aaron Keogh, and David Houseworth with you. Glad to have you along for our final live stream of the season here on BV Lacrosse, as we're bringing you a fun matchup here, the boys versus the girls. The kind of the equalizing being that the girls have to use the boys' sticks and the boys have to use the girls' sticks, and Chase Jones and River Kinley are both in goal. River defending the girls' goal, Chase Jones the boys' goal, and they're all in crazy uniforms and the girls don't have numbers. But we're having a lot of fun tonight, and the usual suspects seem to be the ones, well, at least for the boys, is Polanco has both of them, and Hackman and Yanez, two of them for the girls, but Kate Hooper got the first goal of the game off an 8-meter shot. So that's kind of a quick recap of the first half. Just, some thoughts from both of you. I guess the was that hilarity would ensue, and that has happened.
Yeah, it's spot on. I mean, this guy over here. I mean, like, okay, let's see, but it's like you've done this before. I mean,
Well, like I said, I've seen it before.
Sure, yeah.
And it's like this every time. I mentioned those past games. The girls' teams in that other era, those girls were almost all Division I
Sure.
bound. But the boys were able to hang with them. But nonetheless, the girls' sticks, hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
And so, and here we are, 3-2 girls. 3-2 girls, right? And you
Yeah.
mentioned the girls have won more often.
Right.
This equalizing of the sticks is a big deal. And so that's what makes this game fun, because the boys are bigger, stronger, faster,
Yeah.
and they're used to pushing through and hitting and doing all of that. But, the girls are good lacrosse players too. And you switch those sticks, it changes everything.
And normally at halftime, there would be coach huddling the players up and maybe talking about some strategy. And, if we wanted to analyze the game, we could talk about how the girls pretty much dominated possession in the latter part of the first half there and scoring those 2 goals to take the lead at halftime. But right now what I'm seeing is they're on the field, they're kind of joking around. It's really loose right now.
Selfies.
Taking selfies. Sweet Caroline is playing in the background. Everybody's just kind of it's really a chill fest here right now,
Yeah.
I guess.
And adding one other thing too to what makes the game different, I think since the girls' sticks you have less control of the ball,
Sure.
so you can't drive the same way. I think the girls have to play more as a team than the boys can. The boys can get away with more one-on-ones.
Sure.
So that's what we see here. The girls are more used to playing as a team. Boys are hindered by the girls' sticks and playing the girls' rules too. So the boys aren't used to that. So that enables the girls are probably a little better suited for this game.
Sure. Well, I mean, the speed is evident, right?
Yes,
I mean, the
there's-
speed difference, and it's worth saying, too. I mean, I'm sure that Coach talked to the boys before, but, I mean,
Yeah.
this has been a very respectful, fun.
Yep.
You know, I mean, some of these boys could lay some of these girls out, and they're not, right? But that's what makes it fun, and it's been a great game because they're just having fun with it and working hard. And, it's close. So, yeah, I mean, kudos to the boys for doing that, because they're, given how physical the boys' game is, they're really holding back tonight, which is appreciated.
Well, and at least for the underclassmen, you never know when you might have a group project with some of
You're
the
right.
girls here
Well,
in the near future. You know,
There's a line from I heard with the commentators of the college lacrosse.
Sure.
Maryland was going to play Hopkins.
Uh-huh.
So the Maryland coach tells the guys, hey, take it easy on these guys. You're going to be working for them next year.
That's
So-
great.
and they might be operating on you,
Right.
also, too. You know,
So,
who knows?
and in fact, speaking of that, I have some, just mentioning to all the viewers and all of us here, all the fans and everything, the college lacrosse that's on television coming up from now through Memorial Day will be top notch.
Okay.
Playoff time?
Yes, it's conference championships are now for the men. The women have already had some. And so the ACC, the Big Ten, and other conferences for the men will be playing this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. I've got some written down.
I think I just saw in women's play, Colorado just beat UC Davis for the Pac-12 championship. Not that the Pac-12 is going to be around any longer, but
who knows what's going to happen there.
So,
But yeah, just Friday and Sunday, the ACC tournament for the men. You have to have ACC Network for that one, so you may or may
Okay.
not be able to get that one.
Sure.
The Ivy League tournament, though, ESPNU. That's Princeton and Yale against Cornell and Penn. That's they get the number 2 and the number 9 teams in the nation playing there.
Yeah.
Back to the ACC, you got 6 against 1 and 3 against 4 in the ACC tournament this weekend. So
Yeah.
if you can get ACC Network, that's great. Big Ten Network, you got Hopkins against Michigan and Maryland against Penn State, 7 against 8 this weekend. So Big Ten Network is necessary for that too. So there'll be a little bit the random networks now, but going forward, okay, they play their conferences, and now we get the NCAA playoffs coming on, and those are more likely on ESPNU and channels that most of us might have.
Right, yes.
And then Memorial Day weekend.
That's the championship.
Make it for both men and women.
Okay.
So the men play 2 games Saturday and championship on Monday, and the women play Friday and Sunday.
Okay.
So Friday through Monday, men's and women's games every day.
Okay.
So make an appointment now.
Kick back, relax. You got the long weekend. Put your feet up, grab your beverage of choice, and enjoy
they
it.
start a little bit early. Remember, they play East Coast time,
East Coast
right?
time,
So
right.
so in the morning, so it's sort of like breakfast at Wimbledon, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Why not?
Breakfast in Charlotte. The NCAA men's is in Charlotte this year. They move it around every year. But now, I don't know about you. I don't sit beautiful Saturdays like this. I don't spend the day in front of the TV. I record them and watch them later.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
And it can sometimes take me like 10 days to get a whole game watched just by watching a little here and a little there, a little there. And if you can get a chance and can find it recorded, watch the Virginia-Syracuse game from about 10 days ago, men's. Virginia-Syracuse. Amazing. 35 goals scored in that game.
Wow.
Over 100 shots.
Wow.
That game is known to be one of the best college lacrosse games ever played was Virginia-Syracuse in the 90s.
Okay.
And so you can go look for that too. That also was well in the double digits, up toward 40 goals. And so just so satisfying to watch that level of lacrosse. The stud athletes these guys are. The middies are 6'2", 225. They're monstrous. Virginia's starting defense, one of the guys is 6'5", and the other 2 are 6'6" and 6'7". And they say the 6'7" guy is the fastest guy on the team.
6'7".
That's freakish, right?
That's crazy.
But so
that is
high quality lacrosse on television, both men and women, from now through Memorial Day.
Okay.
So go search it, go find it. You just look it up on the internet, find the dates, times, and the on the networks, on a station near you, right?
But if you want some really serious high quality lacrosse, we have our second half is about.
There's that.
Getting ready to get that underway here. Kind of a different display of the sport tonight, but it's a lot of fun what we've got going on. And we mentioned that Chloe Yanez, who just scored right before halftime, she's headed to Marian University. Mateo Polanco has a scholarship to Dominican University, so he's staying fairly local. And Dominican, I believe they're Division II, Division III?
2 or 3, I forget which. Ironically in lacrosse, Division III is often better lacrosse than 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But Dominican is one of those.
And so a couple of teams, Marian University in Wisconsin and Dominican University here in California, are a couple of programs that maybe we should be following a little more closely in the coming years to see how our Bella Vista contributors to those teams are going to
Dominican's
perform.
had a tough season this year. You look, they've given up 20 goals really often.
Sure.
So the lacrosse is pretty good in the Division III circles around here, and the college clubs around here are pretty good as well. In fact, Santa Barbara, you see Santa Barbara's going to nationals.
Oh wow.
They're a club.
Yeah.
They're going to nationals real soon. My son had played there, so I get the alumni emails.
Magazine.
Emails, right? And so those club nationals are held in Texas, Round Rock, Texas, and I'm not sure who they're playing in that. But so yeah, the club ball around here is pretty good. Division III is around here pretty good, and so.
Well, if Dominican had a hard time scoring, they got Polanco going there next year.
Yeah.
We had, what do you have, 54 this year? There you go. So
54 goals and 137 for his career.
Oh, there you go. That can help Dominican
Now,
out.
interesting thing for him.
Yeah.
He's been used to being the goal scorer like crazy, right? Now he goes up a level, and every defenseman he plays with is going to be the best defenseman he's seen here or better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that'll it'll take a lot of adjustment, and he'll also have to adjust to the demands of the team.
Yep.
Even at that level, they're working out before class and then practicing after class, and so the demands are really high.
Yeah, it's
And
a hard adjustment.
It won't be easy, but he's got good size, he's got a good shot, and they think he fits in. So if he wants it and works hard, he may not see some time for a while, but he can contribute a bit.
Yeah. There's a look at the boys' team as we're wrapping up halftime, and I think you just heard, and you're hearing the girls cheer.
Pretty fired
In
up.
fact, we're going to get a look at them right now. There they go. And as we look at the girls, we're hearing the boys cheer. So there you go. There's the siren to signify the end of halftime, and we're ready to get the second half underway here at BV. The final 20 minutes of lacrosse for the 2024 season. The boys are going to have their year-end celebration tomorrow, and I understand that's going to be rather fun as well, and that's about all I can say. Otherwise, I'm jeopardizing confidence in the youngest member of our household.
Now we mentioned.
In other words, he'll have to kill me.
Right. Yeah. And we mentioned all the good lacrosse coming up over the next month or so on. We also know what's happening this Saturday, right?
This Saturday,
the first Saturday in May.
Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky
Okay,
Derby.
all right, let's make sure we're on the same page there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's also my mom's birthday.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She won't be at the Kentucky Derby, but
Get
she'll
her
be
a hat.
close.
Get her a hat anyway,
There you go. Yeah.
and a mint julep,
That's right.
and celebrate.
She can have it. Yeah.
But post time at about 3:00 Pacific.
That's always a great race.
Ellsworth and Hackman at midfield. Now that's more of a conventional
high, yeah.
draw with the ball going high into the air. Jackson Ellsworth controls it. We're underway in the second half.
And we have different goalies, I think,
Yeah, it does look that way.
both sides. And maybe that's allowing River and Chase to play in the field some.
Oh, that's a good.
But-
That's
Yeah,
a good.
and I think that
both-
would be good.
Both goalies are different, I think.
So we'll have to pick that up. Well, Chase is actually in goal.
Is that Chase?
That's Chase to our left.
Okay. And so,
So just River that they took out.
maybe Chase is not used to playing short stick, but River has.
Yeah,
River,
we've seen it actually. Here's a shot, save Chase Jones. So let's double check who's in goal here for Bella Vista. The boys.
miss pass. Miss ground ball. Miss ground ball.
Yep. Finally got it.
I do not know who that is. Might be Hayes Reed, because at least that's the jersey. It represents the jersey, and there's a good save right there. That is Hayes Reed in goal for Bella Vista. This one looks like it's going to roll out of bounds. Ace Elliott's going to go chase that one down and bring it in, I think. Yep.
Yeah, the official threw a ball down there, but there's several down there.
So on senior night, they put Chase Jones in goal in the second half after River played the first half, and then they played River in the field. That was the only time he played, and then he was supposed to against St. Mary's, but some issues that were happening ended the game a minute 22 seconds early. Nicholas Meeks weaving his way. He's out in front. That one's too high.
He took a stick to the hand, too, the
Yeah.
way he was shaking his hand
Yeah.
there. That should have been called.
And yeah, look at his hand.
Yeah, that should have been called. That was,
Yeah, boys on boys.
I guess.
Hayes Reed, by the way, staffing the girls' net. Tyler Simpson with a little bit of difficulty. And that's River. It is in the field. We'll
Whistle.
pick that one up. We've got a whistle outside.
Need her
This
to lay.
one's going to go the other way.
Need her to lay into that whistle,
Yeah,
so
we
we
got to
know
hear it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be authoritative. Switched hands. Left-handed pass.
That's Presley Rocker Hooper.
The other Hooper.
Switched hands. Girls switch hands more than the boys do. Switch hands
Right
again.
out in front.
Boom.
Score! Presley Rocker Hooper. I think that might be a record in the number of Hoopers who have scored in a game for Bella Vista.
That could be, yeah, in one game, yeah. Multiple Hoopers.
So that now brings us to a 4-2 lead by the girls. And that was right at about 17 minutes here in the second half. Girls now up by 2. And my understanding is it's at least a 7-game winning streak for the girls in this series.
Okay.
The boys have a little bit of work to do here.
Well, we got boys and the girls in the booth, so let's go, boys.
So Tebow will draw it against Paige Hackman.
I'm with you, David. I wish they would stop it after the goals because you lose a lot of the rest of the time. You don't lose so much time, but you lose a lot of time getting
We
reset.
lost about 40 seconds of the first half.
Yeah, it's like 5% of the.
Yeah, I mean, I get it's for fun, but still, like we're not even playing a full game, so
Maybe we can play another quarter.
yeah.
Maybe we can lobby for that.
Hopefully,
loudly.
if it's tied, they'll at least play
yeah.
overtime.
Yeah.
So
Just yell.
that's Max Morris. He's got Tebow.
Plunk.
This is Polanco,
Oh.
and he scores again. Mateo Polanco with a hat trick. Pardon me if I sound like a broken record. He's got all 3 goals for the boys tonight.
That was a lot better though with the boys. They passed it off, whereas because you had made the comment at halftime about how they can kind of will their way in sometimes, but with the girls' game, it's a little bit harder to do that. They're moving the ball around. The quickness shines through.
Yeah.
The girls can't keep up.
So we're at 15 and a half to go in the second half. With the crazy uniforms for both teams. It is good to see Regan Silvers playing again for the girls.
Yeah, that calf seems to have healed. I mean, I don't notice her favoring it or anything. I mean, she seems fine now, which is good. That's what we wanted. Missed a lot of the year, but only being a sophomore, she's got 2 more years, and we'll be back.
Hackman has a goal tonight.
Switched hands.
Coach's kid. She's got all that stuff down.
Switch left.
Yeah.
Hackman's out in front.
Switch right.
Closed off. Loose ball. Ellsworth. Ellsworth on the move.
That's a way to carry it.
Yeah, you're right, like a spoon.
Now he picks it up. Now sends the pass over. Polanco looking for number 4. Polanco scored 2 in the game last year as well.
We got goggles on this guy here.
Back behind the net.
It's River. Nice pass.
River. This is Cody Simpson. Matthew Bunny.
See how the boys' passes are soft.
Yep.
They have to hold back in order
Bunny.
to maintain
The
control.
Bunny Dodger. Polanco behind the net. He likes to bring it around here. A little unsure of himself with the difference in the stick. Ellsworth. Ellsworth, the sophomore in the second varsity season. River Kinley.
Stayed right hand.
Last lacrosse game for Bella Vista. And that one's intercepted by Eliza Fisher. Just kind of waiting for that one like a center fielder.
Thomas, right?
That's Julia.
I can't get over when you see them together, the speed the boys cover the ground compared to the girls.
River Kinley with the defense on Julia Thomas. Thomas working her way around.
Good job, River, staying within the rules.
And this is
within the
Morgan,
rules.
correct, Aaron?
Yeah, I think that I believe is Marilyn Morgan.
Switched hands.
Morgan closed off on a double team.
Switched again.
She's found the back of the net a few times this year.
Bad pass. Go get it,
And
Sadie.
that one's going to roll out. Sadie Keogh.
All pink over there.
Yep.
Keogh on Polanco. Sadie Keogh has a goal this year for Bella Vista. She'll wind up and shoot. There's a save by Chase Jones.
That was a left-handed shot.
She's a lefty.
Okay.
Only one in the family.
Is that right?
Other than her aunt's a lefty, but yeah, in our family.
Well, that's where she got it from, right?
Yeah.
This ball deflected away. Ellsworth chases it down. Keeps the stick low, but he dropped the ball. He's going to have to try and pick it up again.
Okay.
Nobody was near him, so he does pick it back up. Jackson Ellsworth, 2 more years after this year with Bella Vista. You got to be careful there. And you can keep going. You don't stop on the whistle. It keeps going. Oh, maybe they are going to stop. No, they're going.
Yeah.
They're going.
Don't stop.
Keogh once again.
So did that get enforced later?
No, they just in the girls, they just can keep playing.
Left-handed shot.
Keogh with a shot. She scores! Sadie Keogh finds the back of the net.
So that whistle would have been like a play on?
Yeah, just like a play. All they'll do is, so they'll whistle and they keep going. If it happens like 2 or 3 times in a row, then they'll make them stop and say, hey, 3, you got to go 3 yards behind whoever, and then play. But otherwise, they can just keep going.
And then if right after that whistle, if the bad guys get it, does it become a turnover?
No, they can just keep going. It's a weird thing because I don't exactly understand why we blow a whistle if they can just keep going. And you can always tell, especially early in the year, girls that don't quite know that rule, because if the girl that gets fouled knows the rule and the girl that committed the foul didn't know, she stops and the other girl just keeps going. And she goes, whoa, what happened? They just don't know.
Blew the whistle.
It happened in the game last year. Regan Silvers had a goal where she just picked it up, walked right in. The boys weren't expecting it. She just kind of walked right in and just kind of nonchalantly flicked the ball into the net, and they gave her the goal. Threw me off because I didn't know the rule.
Yeah.
Had to have it explained to me right there on the broadcast.
He stepped over.
Yep.
No call.
They didn't call it, but he did. You're right.
And, of course, the offsides are different here when you play by the girls' rules, too.
What?
Don't complain, Joe. You got to track your sister down. Little Thomas on Thomas action
nice
there.
Dodge.
Julia getting free. Ball is loose, and Joe winds up with it. And Joe is on the move, holding the stick up high.
See ya.
Pass down, and then that one got away from him. He had Polanco right there.
The stick doesn't
Fisher
behave the same way, and when you're running that hard, that's where it goes.
Fisher on Polanco and Bunny. She gets right between the two of them and still has the control. How many people can get through a Polanco Bunny double team? Eliza Fisher just did.
Short pass is hard to catch.
Thomas comes up with it again. Thomas keeping it low, felt the ball coming loose. Kyler Simpson. Both he and Morgan wind up on the ground. We've got the whistle. Boys keep it.
Yep.
And they can keep going.
Yeah, they can keep going.
Kyler Simpson might have one of the best looks tonight with the face paint. Julia comes up with the turnover.
That's got to be illegal.
Yep.
Bunny with the defense. They whistle it on him.
Before, when they both fell, though, that would have been a good example. In a girls' game, if the girl that had the ball, if she didn't come up with it, they would have stopped it and said, you get the ball, now go. But if she gets it, she just keep going.
Okay, who we got here?
Nice drive.
Some nice defense by Nick Tharlson.
So I think
Polanco.
that was Fitzhugh.
Okay.
I think.
Polanco will pick it up, and he'll keep moving.
So that broke the fast break.
Thomas on Polanco. Polanco tries to split a three-way double team.
Girls just aren't going to let him do that.
No.
And Hayes Reed picks it up. Reed wearing a knee brace. I'm wondering if that's why he's not in the field right now and instead playing a little bit of goal.
Could be.
Switched hands. Switched hands again.
That's Cassie Davila.
Davila. Yeah, 3 boys right in front of her. Keogh.
And her pass went to the ground. From the boys' stick.
Keogh on the move. On Joe Thomas, right next to her. Sadie Keogh already has 1 goal. Tries again here. We got people clamoring for interference. Boys have possession. They are letting them play tonight, by the way.
Yeah, even in the girls' game. Keep going. Even in the girls' game, you can't hit the goalie in the crease with the ball. That doesn't work.
Meeks.
Ball down.
And Casey's right there trying to. I think I may have misidentified. No, that was Cody Simpson. Kyler with the ball. Here's Victorin. Thomas. Out front, Tebow. Hayes Reed with the save.
Nice grab there. She's got help across. There it is.
Out front, there's a shot and a score.
Was that Chloe or Presley?
That looks like Chloe.
Yeah, I think it was Chloe.
Second goal of the game for Chloe Yanez. That makes it 6-3.
That was a great look.
Yeah.
The through pass puts it all, everybody's focused on the offense right side, and the through pass to the offense left side, she had nobody on her. She had time to look, find her spot, place it, goal.
Yeah, you saw it. I mean, you called it when they were coming down there.
Yeah. George, you get the award for having to figure out who all these people are. I mean, if you've made mistakes, they've been far fewer than some of the Major League Baseball umpires. Just saying.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I appreciate it.
Well,
It's like that will be.
But again, we're losing a lot of time here.
We are.
Well, with three voices, when the game's over with three voices from the box that says, one more time.
That's right, one more time.
You should do that in the press box. Once more with feeling. Nice grab.
Indeed. River Kinley with the defense. And they're going to get the whistle. Keep playing. This is not an 8-meter shot. Now we've got the whistle outside. Kate Hooper has the ball in her possession. Play is stopped.
Who's she giving it to Julia?
I guess there's a restart coming from the left side here. Thomas with possession.
She's like on the, I don't even know where that is.
There's a blue mark right near her feet.
So
right
that's
there, right
okay.
there.
So so that's the, I guess, part of the fan. I don't.
She's got it in her left hand here.
Yeah,
That has no angle. She's got to switch.
And she's forced out. I don't know that she has a shot yet. She's in front. That one goes wide. There's a shot.
Yeah, that's going to the boys though.
Good hustle on the boys' part.
Yep.
To control that one, that's Cody Simpson.
Did the girls shoot underhand like that much in the regular season?
Only Julia Thomas does. She's the only one.
I wonder if it
Max
was
Morris comes up with it.
Function of the boys' pocket.
Boys down 3.
But it's not.
Right out in front, Miles Hatfield closes the gap a little bit with 3:38 to go. Or did he?
Yeah, it's a goal.
Yeah, that's a goal.
Yeah,
That went in.
I thought there was some additional action
Yeah,
afterwards.
the net move there.
So that makes it 6-4. And the goal came with 3:38 to go. We've already lost 20 seconds since that goal. I would propose an adjustment to the rules for next year, and that would be stop clock after goals.
Yep.
Stop clock after goals. Do the running clock the rest of the time.
Yeah, just after goals. That's all.
There isn't much other stoppage.
No.
Other to arrange the meter line.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop.
And maybe
But that's
stop,
quick.
and maybe a clock stop at that point too.
Yeah, I mean, even if you just stopped after the goals, that'd be enough. I mean, there haven't been
So
that
we've
many
lost
fouls.
now a minute since the goal was scored.
Boys right into the boys again.
It's like Thomas trying to control that one way or the other.
Right.
And it's Joe that comes up with it. Joe Thomas, underhanded shot, tries to get that.
Came out.
Uh-huh.
Came out at his feet.
Yeah, he was not expected it to be right there, was he?
Tried to find Anthony Montano or Ornelas.
Oh!
Play on, play on, play on.
Keeps
Boys
it
on
going.
boys. Heck yeah.
Back the other way. Some good defense there to jar that one loose. That's Victorin.
Watch if he passes this on the run. Where does it go? Not bad.
And it's going
couldn't
right
catch
to
it, yep.
right to Mateo Polanco, but yes, you're right.
But dropped.
Had trouble. Victorin is right there. Now here's Polanco.
And when he switches from cradle to shot, let's see what happens.
Polanco's looking for his
That was good.
opportunity,
That was good.
and he scores again. And all of a sudden, it's 6-5.
The boys are trying to get going here.
Girls are going to want a long draw setup.
Yeah.
And then the horn will sound. And
Are they going to?
is there a timeout?
Well, I would. And they're saying stop the clock. A timeout's been called. And they do stop it at 1:09. Well, I'm okay with 2:55. That's a good call on the timeout. They're going to put it at 1:17. And we'll call that where the goal. Call that the goal at 1:17. 6-5. Good call on the timeout because that's about the only way you can get the clock stopped here. So 1:17 to go. The boys need to win this draw.
Well, the girls won last year 6-5. They're already ready to go, so.
And now we're going to enter the danger zone, I guess.
Like Sterling Archer.
That's right.
So what they need here for the boys strategy because now all the hilarity takes a back seat to the fact that there's some serious business.
Yeah, the
to
boys
be
want to win.
determined.
Yeah, that's right.
So boys need to win this draw.
Now, if the girls get it, though, in playing girls' rules, you can't as easily take it away.
Right. That's right.
So if the girls are smart, possess, they're good at it.
Yeah, if they get the possession here, that could be all she wrote.
That's Kyler Simpson taking the draw. Usually if it's a Simpson, it's his brother. And of course, Paige Hackman for the girls.
Got to be white.
Nick Tharlson. Tharlson picks it up. He had a goal in the game last year, has a little trouble with it.
Hard to control.
Needs some help. That one's still picked up finally by the boys. That's Alonso into the game now. Here's Polanco.
1 minute.
Polanco's on the move. Polanco coming free. His shot. That one goes wide. There's a bounce back out.
Is there any?
It was a save by Hayes Reed.
Is there any clear clock in the girls?
Uh,
Is there an amount of time that you have to get it in the offensive zone?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
40 seconds to go.
No, in fact,
Girls with possession.
when we played Vintage earlier this year, that was a really rough, ugly game. We ended up with six players plus the goalie at the end of the game. But at the last 30 seconds of the game, Elsie Ballard just got the ball in her stick and just ran around in the defensive zone, and nobody could do anything to her to run the clock out.
Ball being forced back across midfield. That's Paige Hackman just running around with it.
She gets it. Oh, didn't really need that pass, huh?
No, she
The
should
pass that goes out of bounds, but there's less than 10 seconds to go.
And the clock will run.
The time is going to expire, and for at least the 8th consecutive year, the girls win the boys versus girls game. And just like last year, it ends up as a 6-5 final score in a very entertaining game here tonight at Bella Vista High School. A lot of fun, and the girls continue their dominance in this series.
Yeah, 8 years at least. That's quite. But whoever thought this up and how you change the rules around, yes, equalizer. But then that makes it a lot of fun. But take nothing away. I mean, these boys are incredible. I mean, for somebody that has only watched via broadcast, I didn't see a game live. But when you match them up with the girls, you really can see some of the differences. And yeah, it just makes me excited sad the season's done.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
this was a lot of fun. And David, we talked about this at the start of the season too, that it was going to go by really fast.
Yes, always does.
Gone are the frigid, what seemed like 20-degree days that we had at the start of the season. Here we are. It's very warm, very pleasant night, and of course a quick game starting at 6:30 tonight. It's still daylight here as we end, and that's kind of not normal.
That never happens
for us. But right now, all the players, you get a look at the victorious girls squad right there. Everybody's lining up right now. They're lining up to get the obligatory pictures.
Well, they gave the award to the girls.
Yep. Oh yeah. What's that
thing
called?
The trophy.
Isn't there a name for this?
They call it the Oak Stick.
They called it the Oak Stick Classic, but they weren't billing it as that this year. So
yeah, it's okay.
Well, the great rivalries in college sports too. The brown bucket.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the,
Little brown jug.
The jug. There's a hatchet.
Yes.
Of course, Oregon State have their Civil War.
The Civil War.
They don't call it that anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah, they
taking the fun out of
go up
everything.
another state north. In my neck of the woods, you got the Apple Cup.
The Apple Cup, right,
So,
in Washington,
yeah.
you bet. And there's a hatchet somewhere, isn't there, I think?
Yeah.
And the Red River, of course, Oklahoma, Texas. And so,
yeah.
So those, they shake hands there. Joe and Julia just shook hands there. I hope the teams do the handshake. They should. Looks like
they
they're going
should.
to.
Well, and I guess in that household, Joe has to do the dishes tonight.
Yeah, he'll be doing the dishes tonight. That's right.
They'll be polishing her shoes or something, right?
You know, what's interesting is neither Thomas dented the scoreboard. They did a pretty good job, and I'll give Joe credit on his sister.
Yeah.
He did a pretty good job
He did do a good
defensively
job,
on his sister. Goals for the girls team: Kate Hooper, Chloe Yanez twice, Paige Hackman, Presley Rocker Hooper, and Sadie Keogh. That's the 6 goals for the girls. Mateo Polanco finds the back of the net 4 times for the boys. Miles Hatfield had the other one as the 5 goals for the boys. And We Are the Champions are playing. That's obviously being played for the girls, because once again they wind up with the victory here tonight.
And again, a great thing about playing lacrosse, boys against the girls. Imagine if this was basketball. Imagine if they were playing softball,
Yep.
or even water polo and that kind of stuff. Without the evening agent of switching sticks,
Right.
Those other sports, the boys would just
dominate. Right.
But in this one, you change the equipment and change the rules, and it evens it out. And look how even it was. One goal.
Right. One goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, with some, I think, better clock rules, like stopping after goals, there might have been more time. Now, whether that would have meant the boys tied it, or take the lead, or the girls increase the lead,
the
we
girls score
don't
more.
know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right.
But it would have made for a
Different outcome.
and would have added to the suspense. So if anybody's listening, not that any of us have a vote, that's the second proposal that I have for next year. First is the girls have to have numbers, and then the second
That's
one
right.
is that maybe we stop the clock after goals.
That's right.
So, but anyway, regardless of that, and I don't want to harp on that and make it sound like we're complaining about stuff, because this was a lot of fun tonight, and it was great to get the two of you together here in the
Yeah, it was
booth
great.
tonight. This was a lot of fun.
I learned a
as
lot,
well.
yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
Yes, and I want to thank both of you for your work all season in being part of the broadcasts, and certainly we're looking forward to football season
Yep,
again. Looking
we're
forward
ready.
to lacrosse next year, and so that's part of the plans, and of course we'll squeeze some basketball games in there, and who knows what else we might add.
That's right.
It might be kind of fun to see what else we might be able to do. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast this year. Thanks to our producer and camera operator extraordinaire, Julie Tharlson. We want to again say thanks to Stephanie DeGata for her help all season long as well on the boys' side, for Art Fisher, and for Marlo Mosier for their work on the girls' side. Also for Lacey Anderson, who helped us with some of the boys' JV games. Give the credit where the credit is due all across the board. Now for David Houseworth and Aaron Keogh, I'm George Tharlson. The girls win it tonight by a score of 6-5, and the boys, at least the ones that are coming back to Bella Vista next year, are already circling whatever date it's going to be next year for this contest, because they want to get their revenge, I suppose. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night, everyone.